Morning everyone, it's Mish here, and today I'm going to be sharing my struggles over the Margarete Miller Challenge week 33. So I really struggled with this week. It could be because I'm working on a couple other projects, and when you get sort of one thing in your mind, it's sometimes hard to refocus onto something else, but we'll give it a go here. So the prompts are something silver, something in the shape of a triangle, a ticket, something with a bumpy surface, a book page. Bonus is a decorative napkin. As always, I'm working in my Moleskine sketchbook, which has very thin pages and it's getting very fat. If I do the challenge next year, I think I'll rethink a notebook. So I've got the book pages. That wasn't too much of an issue. I did have this book. It's a motivational book, and I kind of really liked the little heading there that said, "The heart of the journey, a home for the heart." And I think that's what life is. It's just a journey of the heart and trying to find a place that we call home, wherever that is. So I got the book page, and then something, shape of a triangle, I'll get to that in a ticket. Something silver. So I kind of thought about the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz, because he's made of tin and he's silver. Which then kind of led me to something bumpy, which the yellow brick road. So to do the yellow brick road, I used just some cardstock in my embossing folder, which is a brick wall embossing folder. So I put it through, and then I've gone over the top of it with some matte medium. And the reason that I've done that is because I want to use my, excuse me for reaching, I want to use my Pitt pen to kind of go over and make some highlights and some shading. So I'll be doing that. But my image I got was this one. And what I thought I would do is cut out the yellow brick road and put this in its place. And then the Emerald City is pretty much the shape of a triangle. So that's kind of where this image fits in, is with that. And then I thought I'd fussy cut my people and put them on the yellow brick road. I do have a couple napkins here. I've already taken off the backing piece, and I kind of thought, I have two of them, the same. I thought I took off all the backing. The same kind of pattern, just a different design. So I might make use of that as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start. I might go away and come back, but I'll just start by putting down my background pages. As always, I make a little tuck spot in the back one so I can keep my prompts so that I know when I look back on this, whenever I can pull out my prompt and think, oh yes, because I'm sure that in the future, looking back on this, I will never remember by looking at the pictures what exactly the prompts were. So we'll get that down. And I'm just using some Elmer's glue. In general, for paper on paper, if I don't use too much, it's fine. It's fine for this journal. One thing you do have to be careful of PVA glue, such as Elmer's glue or glitter glue, is it is a water base. So if you do add too much to any kind of paper, it generally might warp a bit. So you'd want to use more like a Fabri-Tac or 3-in-1. Okay, so we've got that down. So then I thought I would just get my scissors and kind of cut this out here. And it's raining again today. I'm telling you, we've just not had any luck with the rain. So then kind of thought something like that, and then that's in the distance, so I'm not really sure if I need to cut that out or not. But before I do that, I just want to see what happens if I add a little bit of this just in the in the creases a bit, just to add a little bit of shade here for them to just kind of where it's raised a bit. I don't know if that's showing up nicely at all. And then I just want to go along. If I was doing this straight on paper, you wouldn't be able to spread it at all. But since I've put down the matte medium, it's added a little layer, a little sort of impervious layer, I guess, so that it can be spread around. But yeah, as I was saying, there's more rain today, and it just seems like we've been just turned into a tropical rainforest here this summer. I usually get to the beach, oh gosh, at least once to twice a week. The beach is only about half an hour's drive from me to a beach called Queensland Beach, which is a great little beach. If we're going to go for the day, we might go a little bit further on to Bayswater. I'm lucky right here that there's so many beaches and water and pool that I don't have a pool, and it's not really typical for everybody to have a pool, but more and more people are having pools where there's so many lakes around. There's always a place you can go for a little dip in the province. Okay, so I'm not really sure. I might have to go get my color pencils. But I think it's adding a bit of texture, a bit of highlighting on the road to Damascus. So maybe on both sides. I'll just try a little bit on this side. And yeah, and as we've all been saying that are doing the challenge, it's hard to believe we're kind of in the middle of August. When I was younger, you know, the time sometimes days seemed to go on forever. I remember in the summer times as a kid, we would just go back to the lake. We had this place that we could go to along the tracks, the railway tracks, and it came out to the back end of a lake with a great big jumping rock. And gosh, we used to walk there in the morning, and then, I think that's okay, and then we'd stay there all day long, and our mother never even worried about us. She might have, but she didn't really say. I think I need a little bit more, I think I need some little faint, might just do that with a pencil. Or maybe with my, that's blue though, with my watercolor. Is that black? I think so. With my watercolor all pencil from, it's Aqua, well, water soluble Stabilo. And you can put it down and then spread it round. I don't know what this is going to turn out like. Nah, don't like that. I think as this is just a representation, what if I just erase it? Do I like that a little better? Kind of like that better, but I want brown, and I don't have brown with me right now. It's in the other room. Well, we shall endeavor here. So would you say that Wizard of Oz is a fairy tale? On one of the last challenges, when we were inspired by a fairy tale, I was thinking about the Wizard of Oz, and I was thinking, I don't really think it's a fairy tale. More, I don't know. what kind of film would you call Wizard of Oz? I guess in some way it's a, I mean, she woke up and it was a dream, but all the stuff that went on, you know, witches and flying, and that was kind of fairy tale-ish, I would think. You know, and the cow and the scarecrow and lion and Tin Man that could talk. So yeah, I wasn't really sure about that one. Is that looking a little better? I don't know. But you know, art and collage, it's not all about being perfect and exact. You know, there's symbolism, it's just a way, just a different sort of art form. And whatever you do for your collage, there's no right or wrong about it. And a lot of it too is experimenting. If you don't experiment, you don't really learn new things. So I'm going to stop there and put that down. I'm just going to put some, I'm thinking that I might need something heavier than this, but we'll start with this and see what happens. And I was wondering about, wait, so should I cut that piece out? You know, I don't think I will. I think that's in the distance, and that's all we need to know. But I am just gonna, just in case I change my mind, I'm just gonna cut that off there. And then I think I'll just take this and just outline the edge of the grass a little bit like that, and then the edge here, so it kind of denotes that hill, that this is on a hill. That little shading there. I do like the pit pens. Getting dirt on my finger though, because you can spread them around. Especially if there's, you know, on a surface that's been coated with matte medium or gloss medium or matte gel or something that's dried. Okay, so we're just going to add a little bit in that corner. And I could have angled it, I think, to make it look like it's going that way. That might have made it look better. Let's see. See what happens if I... No, because then with that there, oh well. I think we'll just leave it. Okay, so then I'm just going to go away and I'm going to fussy cut these people out. And then once I've cut them out, I will take my black pit pen brush and I'll just go along the edges of the outline just to darken it a bit so that it's not all it's not just that white edge where I've cut through. And then I'll be back. So I'll be right back. Okay everyone, so I've gone away and I've done a couple things. So I decided to put the napkin down as a background. So the actual outer surface of the napkin actually is a little bumpy as well, but I did want to have that sort of bumpy texture as a frame. So I'm just going to add a little bit more of the napkin so that it creates a little bit of a frame for the focal image, and getting it down in the crease. Again, I'm just using my glue, my Elmer's glue, and then this bit here, I'm gonna have to cut a little piece off. So I need to cut off about this much. Oops, stuck to my finger. About this much. there. Okay. And once I get my focal image down, I just kind of liked how this kind of framed the picture. And it doesn't really matter that it's pieced in because it just doesn't really matter. Okay, so I've got that down as the background. So then I did manage to tear the yellow brick road off so that it was kind of more at the angle of this one. It does look kind of flat because as you can see in the image, it goes from sort of a larger brick and then narrows and tapers, but it doesn't really matter once I get my people on. Where did my people go? Oh, there. So the next thing I'm going to do is just get that down, get that tacked onto the page. I'm just going to start with the middle, just trying to get equal above and below. Let's see if the book will close. And then I'll add glue on the rest. And that the little yellow brick road in the background, that's going to be covered up actually. Once I put my image on, you're not really going to see like the top of this road once I get the people down. My people. My possibly fairy tale people. What else? You know, I'm struggling to think about what kind of, I guess I could look it up on the internet, but what kind of people, or what kind of movie was The Wizard of Oz? Alright, so let's just get this all tacked down along the edge. And we'll get that down. Okay, so we have that, and we have our nice napkin border. It's a bit textured. And then I fussy cut our people out. And I just wanted the Tin Man to, I don't know if you can see that, kind of shine a little bit. So I got out my color pencils and my blender, and then I just kind of, this is silver, and I just tried to highlight bits of them with the color pencil. And then while I was doing that, I kind of thought these guys had looked a little washed out, so I just took my indigo and what's this one here, goldenrod, to the scarecrow, as well as some purple for his hat. And I kind of just went over her dress and highlighted some of the cowardly lion. So just need to get them down, which I guess I'll just maybe do Dorothy and the Tin Man first. Actually, I'll just do them all. Get them all down. All right. So they're off to see the wizard. And you got little Toto there. Love little Toto. Okay, so we've got our people down. So that's my something silver. And the triangle, well, actually there's a couple triangles. If I wanted to cheat a little bit, his funnel is triangular shape. The little crosses on the back of her dress are triangle shape, but the Emerald City is definitely, you know, quite triangular in shape, almost like a pyramid. All right, so we've got something silver, something in the shape of a triangle. So the next thing was a ticket. So I also have a triangular ticket there, but I just went through some of my stash and just found a number of tickets that I thought I would just make a little cluster on the edge of the, over here on the edge. So we'll get that one down. And then this one here I think is a sticker. Oh, this one here I just stamped myself with one of the stamps I have, and I just stamped it on just some coffee stained paper. So we'll get that one down. And I had this little sticker. Which we'll just put down the middle, I guess. And then I kind of thought, put this one down next. And this is a sticker too. And this is a ticket as well. I can't see. Usually if I run my finger over the edge, I can get these up. Wow, that's stuck on there pretty good. You know, when all else fails, oh there. You can glue it down. So I'm going to put that, that's a ticket to the London Bridge. And then this is a triangle. So, and then the decorative napkin. I think we've got all our prompts. If you did like this, please give me a thumbs up. And thank you so much for those of you who keep coming back and for the new subscribers. It's just so nice, especially to see familiar faces. If you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe and leave a comment. They're always great. So I think that is our layout. I hope you liked it. It almost seems like it needs something more, but sometimes I put a bit more when I can just stop. So I'm kind of liking that image. So bye for now. Have a great week. I've just uploaded a new Daphne's Diary. So if you haven't been watching that playlist, check it out. That's great fun too. And we'll see you next week. Bye for now.